Greetings and welcome to Fright Night Flix, where every night is Fright Night. In one of his 2020 videos, Patrick H. Willems coined the term Gonzo Blockbusters, big budget passion projects bursting with imagination, where filmmakers throw every wild idea into a 2-hour runtime. These films aren't always good, and plenty of them end up being box office bombs, but they're never dull or boring. You usually walk away having seen something you've generally never seen before. Think Valerian, Speed Racer, Aquaman, Alita Battle Angel, and Mad Max Road, and even its sequel Furiosa. Massive things that go all in on spectacle, ambition, and sheer creative madness. So that got me thinking, does the horror genre have its own version of a Gonzo blockbuster? And the closest thing I could find was Gordon Verbinski's 2017 fever dream, A Cure for Wellness. This film kept popping up on my Netflix recommendations, and after catching a few clips, my curiosity got the better of me. I finally dove into this glossy, grotesque, high-budget horror oddity. Was it as glorious bonkers descent into madness, or just an overlong, overhyped slog? Let's talk about it. Here are my thoughts on A Cure for Wellness.
Great, let's get started.
I found myself enjoying this film a lot more than I thought I would. I went in expecting a bit of a slog, but I found myself generally invested in the central mystery. Sure, parts of it were predictable, and the film definitely unravels its angst in a more longer and more convoluted way than necessary, but I was hooked, and honestly I was never bored. I really appreciate how Gordon Verbinski managed to capture such a visually stunning horror film on this kind of scale. The cinematography is absolutely out of this world, packed with striking, peg-to-the-edge shots that make this film feel larger than life. The production design is just as impressive, turning the wellness centre in the Swiss Alps into a character in itself. Dane DeHaan carries the film well and gets to show more of his acting range than we usually see. Jason Isaacs is fantastic as a villain, fully leaning into that sinister, charismatic menace he does so well. Mia Goth is also great as Dane DeHaan's love interest, bringing an unsettling vulnerability to the role. I also want to shout out Harry Groner and Celia Emir, who both make a strong impression despite their limited screen time. I definitely put A Cure for Wellness in the same vein as the other Gonzo blockbusters. This is easily the wildest I've ever seen Verbinski go. He's a director who loves filling every frame with rich, obsessive detail. His Pirates of the Caribbean films are a prime example, and here he applies the same maximalist energy to gothic horror. I just don't think audiences were ready for this kind of film at the time. A lot of factors came into play, and it's not fair to pin its failures on just one thing. Gonzo movies like this often get overlooked because they're just too weird, too indulgent, or too out of step with mainstream expectations. Still, I really respect the sheer ambition behind this project. Verbinski clearly went all in, and I generally think it's the closest thing to horror as to the modern Gonzo blockbusters as defined by Patrick H. Willems.
Well, whatever works for you.
Before I reveal my final thoughts, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to Fright Night Flix, and follow us on social media so you don't miss a single scare. What are your thoughts on A Cure for Wellness? Please let me know in the comments down below, and make sure you check out all my past videos on the channel. Now, back to A Cure for Wellness.
Already.
Overall, A Cure for Wellness is one of the most large-scale horror films I've seen in recent years. The cinematography and production give it the epic, almost operatic quality that you rarely see in horror. The performances are strong and the central story is compelling, but I do think the film could have been trimmed down a bit. The journey to the ending is more convoluted than it needs to be. That said, I'd love to see more big, ambitious horror films like this. It feels like we're entering a new phase of the genre where studios are more willing to take risks again, and this is exactly the kind of strange singular vision I want to see more of.
But I want it now!
For me, A Cure for Wellness gets a rating of a 9 out of 10 and a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you all for watching today's video. Next time, I'll be reviewing a thriller. I'll be talking about Saltburn. Until then, stay spooky, and remember, every night is Fright Night.